Okay, what's up, guys? My name is Meredith, and you probably know that if you're watching this video. But so I just wanted to make this to kind of give you an intro to me and my personality and kind of why this worked for me so that you can see if it's a good fit for you joining me. So I first got interested in these programs, or first got started, I should say. It was during the beginning of COVID and like everything was shutting down, and like I think a lot of us, I was like had these pipe dreams about quarantine and when I was working from home because I don't normally do that. I was like, I'm gonna spend all this time exercising. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna like be super healthy, and like that is not at all what happened. I ended up eating and drinking and not really doing anything very useful for the first at least month of that time frame. And so eventually I was like, okay, well, this isn't going to work. I can't like go back to work eventually with like a quarantine 30. And it wasn't like I didn't have options. So I had we have a Peloton. I had a Pure Barre membership, so they were doing live streaming of these classes I could be doing. Peloton has an app and there's all different kinds of classes. I'm also a physical therapist, so like I could make my own exercises if I wanted to. So I had options. There's also free yoga classes through a local studio, but I wasn't doing anything consistently and I was barely doing anything at all. And so I remembered that, like, I don't know, it's been years since I had tried these accountability groups. That was like fitness groups, but other people were doing it with you. And I remember thinking, this could work. But at that time, my excuses took over and I didn't end up finishing that. But I was like, well, let me see if I can, give this a shot this time around and maybe it'll be better. And so I reached out to the girl that I had worked with before and signed up for a 6-week program. And so I started then. And so it ended up working for me, obviously, because I'm here. But the biggest things that were the missing pieces that I didn't get previously or didn't have was the main thing was the accountability. So I will break a promise to myself like any day over breaking a promise or not showing up for other people. And I know most of us are like that. So what you get is access to these accountability groups. And so everyone's showing up daily and you're showing up not just for yourself, but for other people. And that made me really like stay consistent, even when I didn't want to. And some days are prettier than others and it doesn't have to be perfect at all, but that really like made me show up. And then the other thing that I loved was, especially as a physical therapist, I think about other people's exercises all day long and tell other people what to do. So I really didn't want to have to decide what to do each day. So, like you go to the gym and you're walking around and trying to figure out what's going to be best and kind of end up just doing random stuff. Like I would, take a body pump class and do this and that, and nothing really built on each other. So that's the other thing that's really been awesome with these programs is you're following a formulated fitness program, like a fitness calendar by professionals that this is what they do. They're fitness experts. And so all these programs are formulated to build on each other. So you're not just doing the same thing week after week expecting results. You're doing programs that build on each other and they get harder as you get stronger. And so you see results, which is awesome. And you don't have to think about it. You just show up, press play, do what they say as best you can and call it a day. And then I think just really so accessible for me, especially like a lot of the programs are shorter time frames, so it's really easy to like fit into your day as you can. Like a lot of times I end up doing it on my lunch break or something like that. We wear masks now, so it's not like it doesn't really matter what you look like, honestly. Okay, so then if you're getting this specific video, that means you're interested in trying or like joining me for like December through February-ish time frame. So we're going to be doing a prep calendar for 9-week Control Freak and then test groups for 9-week Control Freak. So I'm like really freaking excited for this program. Autumn is the one who's running it, and she's done a bunch of different programs already with this company. But this one is going to like a whole nother level. So it's 9 weeks, obviously, and it's only 18 to 30 minutes a day. And so that is like very exciting to me. 18 to 30 minutes a day. And so it includes more equipment than some of them do. So that's kind of like a pro and maybe a con depending, but it's not like super pricey stuff, and you get it with your package. But so it has a step. It's called a control track. So it's the thing you attach to either your door or the wall. And then there's resistance bands that go with it. And then also a yoga ball or a core ball and dumbbells. So here we're using a lot of different kinds of equipment, but it's like you get to the point very quickly. So she uses, I have notes written down here, but what she calls DCT, so density complex Tabata. So there's 3 different kinds of like ways you're working out. So the density is you're using, there's like 5 different exercises, for example, and you're doing the amount of reps of that exercise as many times, like of the 5 different exercises, and you're just continuing to do that as many times as you can in the time frame. So there isn't necessarily, you're just doing the best you can and getting through it as many times as you can. And then we'll track that as we go and see how we get stronger, which is pretty cool. And then complex, which is like essentially using multiple body groups or muscle groups at the same time and keeping the muscles staying on for a long time. So more endurance, which is like a whole different kind of muscle contraction. And then Tabata, which is like intense cardio. So all of it is cycled though, which is cool. So you're never doing the same thing more than once. There's always new moves. Yeah, and so there's 3 different phases in the 9 weeks as we go. And so I don't know, it's going to be a whole different kind of experience. I'm pretty freaking pumped about it. So in December, we're going to be doing the prep calendar. So there's different workouts that have been picked from other fitness calendars, specifically to try to prepare us for this program. And then we will start, the actual first test group will be on January 11th, and then we'll have one again in February. So we are, so what you'll get with that, so you'll get access to these accountability groups that I've been talking about. That's really like the bread and butter, in my opinion, of like the best things. We don't need more fitness programs, right? There's tons of different options for everyone now. What we need is more accountability. I think that's the piece that everyone needs to be able to stick to something, because consistency is way more important than like intensity and duration and all the other stuff. Because if you can do it consistently over time, and even if you take a day off or 2, have a couple bad days, you just know that you have a plan to get back on track, and there's no stress then that goes with it. You don't have to worry if you ate too much over the holidays or any of that stuff. Just keep adding the things in that you know are good for you, and it'll work out. And it doesn't have to be this like big thing. So so you get included in all the different ones you get 2 different nutrition programs. So 80% of our results come from our nutrition. And so you get access to 2 different kinds. So one is more like a portion control. So you know how much to eat of the different things depending on your goals, whether you're trying to gain muscle, lose weight, stay where you are. There's different amounts for those. And then there's another one that's more kind of like more the mindset of it. And so what percentage of your plate should be about what, drinking more water, different things like that. And so kind of depending on what kind of person you are, we can work through which one of those will be best for you. And so you'll get access to both of them, and you'll also get the containers and the tracker. So you can pick either one. And then you'll get the core ball, the resistance band track. The step actually doesn't come with it, but you don't have to use it, or you can get it separately. And then you also get like the getting started guide, all the different things for the actual program in terms of the calendar and that stuff. But then you can choose, either or you can get both. There's both. So there's a superfood shake that is like so awesome. I use the vegan options. I like the vanilla to go in my overnight oats, and then the strawberry is awesome for just like as a shake, in my opinion. And so you get either a month's supply of that, which is normally, I think, almost more than the whole thing costs. And then, or you get either the pre and post workout. So it's like liquid energy and like liquid motivation. And I like use that stuff for just like day to day, even when I'm not about to exercise, because it's clean. All these products are vegan, or like almost they're vegan. And so, yeah, unless you get the non-vegan option. So like, I guess I shouldn't make that broad statement. But it's clean caffeine or clean energy that you get with it. And it does a lot of stuff for repair and all of that. The post-workout is like, so you can still walk the next day, especially when you're starting something brand new. So it's got BCAAs in it and a bunch of other stuff like protein. So your muscles can really recover so that you can, do it as you go. But, another thing that I don't think I said is that this program is only 5 days a week, which is also awesome because it really allows your muscles to recover, especially when we're like at the beginning, when you're doing something super new. So those are the different things you get. And so if you're interested, if that sounds like it'll be a good fit for you, I would love to have you join us. We're ending 2020 strong and starting 2021 strong. So it's going to be, there's just so much so much unknown in general in life, but definitely right now in this world, I feel like even more so. So being consistent on things that are good for you, making good decisions is a good way to stay grounded as best you can, control what you can. And another big component of this that we kind of suggest, and is not a requirement, is to really be working on personal development. So really strengthening our mind as well as our bodies so that we are really like ready to take on whatever life is throwing at us. And so have all kinds of different book suggestions and stuff like that if you're interested as well. So if you want more information about pricing, just respond back and let me know and we can go further. All right. Have a great day, guys. And